Bill of BLRTUNING. Today's watch is a Invicta Sub Aqua. Has all kinds of teak wood in there, green teak, polished stainless steel. Nice collector's diver's watch. We got a little video for you guys, and it's sponsored by MOTOSPORT HILLSBORO. So I'll leave a link in the description to their website if you're in the Portland, Vancouver, Hillsboro area. Go check those guys out. They have some killer deals on tons of machines. Look up Matt MCKAY or Nick Watkins. Those guys will get you set up out there. And special thanks to the owner over there, Scotty, for helping us out with getting today's video all in order. Today we're going to be installing the Tapp primary and secondary on the Kawasaki Teryx 5H2. This will also work on the Teryx 4H2. We have the fan, the Tapp tool. We'll get that installed with some blue thread locker. They do include a little Allen key, 5/32 Allen key that they include. And that is for changing out weights and whatnot, as you can see there. Okay, so we will head over to the vehicle and get this stuff pulled off the vehicle, and then we'll get the new stuff on. We'll go over torque specs as we go. So let's go see what we got to do. Here we are at the H2 Boogeyman. And the first part we're going to have to do is get your clutch cover off. So obviously if you have a Razorback temp gauge, we have our sensor sitting up here for the plug. It's 10mm bolts all the way around. I just make sure you note what orientation the metal shield goes that sits right there. And then we got our 3 bolts that go in here we tighten those down, and that will loosen up the belt so we can get the belt off. You can get these on our website, it's blrtuning.co. There'll be a link in the description below for everything I'm showing you in this video today. And then the next part we're going to need to do, there should be a push rivet down here, and then a Phillips head screw here and one on the other side. We'll get this little guard out of the way. You do not need to remove the shock to change the clutches on these cars. So we will get that big bolt out there. That is normal thread. The bolt up here on the secondary is left-hand thread. These guys are torqued down pretty tight, but we'll get them off and then we will go from there. So let me get that done real quick and then show you guys what else we got to do here. Okay, so we got the clutches off the vehicle. The secondary shaft from the factory, this is packed full of grease. That secondary is, and there's grease all over the shaft. So we're going to use some brake clean, and we're going to clean this shaft, and then we're also going to clean the tapered shaft down here for the primary. So that is very important. The Tapp clutches go on dry. Okay, so we'll get that done. I'll take you over to the bench here and we'll look at all the tools that we're going to need to do this job. Okay, so here we are. The bolt that comes with your Tapp secondary is what we're going to use. No thread locker or anything on that guy. It's going to go in dry. 50 foot-pounds. Make sure you got that washer included. Okay, that's going to go on there and go into 50 foot-pounds. Okay. The secondary clutch bolt is reverse thread. So turning it to the left to tighten it down. As you can see, we got our fan installed. Use a small drop of blue thread locker on each one of these bolts to hold the fan blade on, and don't over tighten it. Okay, and on the new Tapp primary, you'll find this washer that has to sit here like so, and then you will reuse the factory bolt like so. This is going to go to 100 foot-pounds. Remember, the secondary is reverse thread. When you go to torque that down, you're going to need a torque wrench. So 50 foot-pounds reverse thread, standard thread, 100 foot-pounds. On the secondary, it should float just a little bit on the shaft once you get it tightened down. You're going to need, this is our quick release tool, and you're going to need that to be able to change your belt. So once we get it on there, this will sit on here like so to protect it, like so. So you're going to want to thread that in there. Then obviously you'll have that washer on there, and it's got rollers here that are on ball bearings. Very heavy duty tool, all billet aluminum. Then you just push this up against the washer that would be on there, and that will compress the clutch so you can change your belt. So that is our quick release tool. You'll see that on our website as well. Okay, so you're going to need that, and you're going to need the primary clutch removal tool, and that is this guy. So once you get this bolt out of the vehicle, it's on there very tight. I believe it's like 179 foot-pounds, something like that, on the stock clutch. Once you get it out here, right, on your stock primary, it threads into the clutch and pushes in on the tapered shaft, and it'll pop it off. Sometimes you might hear a loud pop when it comes off, but this one came off pretty easy. But yep, you just wrench on this until it goes down. This tool and this bolt are 22 millimeter, and then the stock bolt for this is 19 millimeter. Okay, and that's your stock bolt and big thick washer right there that we're not going to be reusing. The Tapp clutch uses the same tool to get removed off the shaft as well. Okay, so that is what all you're going to need. Remember, 50 foot-pounds reverse thread, 100 foot-pounds standard thread. Use their washer that they included. Then we'll have to go out and test it, and obviously when we get out to where we're going to ride, we'll set up different weights if we need to, but it comes pretty well set up out of the box. Again, there'll be links below to go purchase everything I'm showing in the video. Let's go get this on there. You'll need this little Tapp tool as well, and that is to hold the primary while you tighten the bolt. The belt we're going to be running is a G-Boost belt. It's a G-Boost belt, part number WBB0047. That's the belt we're going to be running until we have a DynoJet Power Series belt to run for this car. So until then, that's what we're going to be running. OEM Kawasaki factory belt will work, but it is recommended for now to run one of these G-Boost belts until something better comes to the market. Okay, so just so you guys can see how the Tapp tool works, that holding tool, it just hooks in the notches up here and then rests against the frame. You'd use it in the other direction, up against the frame over on this side, if you were removing this clutch. Okay, so that's how that tool works. Okay, so we got our clutches on. Our belt tool is in place, as you can see there. That's how it will be, and that is compressed now. So now we will slide our belt on, and then we'll start it up. Let it sit here and idle for a little while. Rev it up a couple times, make sure everything is in place. After a couple miles of riding, we'll come back, check the torque specs on the bolts, make sure they're torqued down correctly still. And then, you know, after 50 miles of riding, we'll come back and check it again. 100 miles, we'll check it again, just to make sure, a couple heat cycles, make sure those bolts are torqued the way they're supposed to be. Okay, so here we are. We got the clutches are installed, belts installed. Once you get that belt installed and you get the tool out, you can just rotate this, put the car in neutral, e-brake off. You can roll this. If you roll it in reverse, you'll walk the belt up the clutch and expand the clutch. Okay, so now we'll fire it up. I'll let you guys see a fire up here. Okay, so you see the belt floats really nice. The stock clutch will just sit here and twitch back and forth as the belt's trying to grab it. And this can also, has a little wiggle in and out just a little bit, and that's how it's supposed to be. It kind of floats there. So we'll rev it up a couple times, good little revs. So anyway, I'm Bill with BLRTUNING. Like I said, there'll be links in the description below. Huge shout out to MOTOSPORT HILLSBORO for helping us get this thing all together and get all the components that we needed. You can go check us out. It's blrtuning.co. Links in the below for everything we use in the video. Okay, I want to throw this little video clip in here. Got a couple of other clips with the Insta360 up on the front of the car, down here by the clutch. So these Tapp clutches, you know, I didn't want to edit the video and release the video until I actually, you know, tested it so I can give an honest opinion on it and whatnot. So far, I mean, the customer service from EBP, can't complain about that one bit. Like, I had questions when I first put it on, and those guys answered everything I needed to know. They gave me some steps into how to adjust everything if I need to. It came adjusted, ready to go right out of the box. And so far, we haven't changed anything at all. We've been trail riding. We have not taken it full speed in the dunes, but I mean, we've had it up to 60 miles an hour, just cruising, and low speed and trails and everything. And so far, we have not done anything at all to it. And I mean, the belt does not look like there's anywhere at all. Like, it still looks like a new belt. You can see some of the dust on the sheath there, but that'll all clean off. We've had it open, obviously, so we're just testing everything. We want to make sure we can check on it and listen to everything. And I did go back and retorque the bolts. This bolt, obviously 50 pounds in reverse, and it was already torqued after 2 heat cycles. Adjusted it, 2 more heat cycles, came in and torqued it again. It was already torqued. This one was loose after the first heat cycle. And then we torqued it back down to 100 foot-pounds. It's been working perfect. So I have no complaints. You can see how all the clickers are the same right now. I'm trying to get a shot of that so you guys can see it. There you go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So all the clickers are on setting 5. 2 Allen head screws, 2 washers on each side. That's how it was set up out of the box, and that's how it's been set up this whole time. So I have no complaints. I'm super happy with it. 10 times better than when we first got the car when it was bone stock, right? We were having so many issues, it was ridiculous. Like breaking a belt while the belt says it's cold, and then breaking a belt. Obviously we have a Razorback temp gauge on there, so we can really keep an eye on everything. Our gauge is right up here. I have a video showing how to install that stuff, and we do sell the full Razorback kit for this car. And that gives you a good peace of mind because you have a gauge up front that shows you what the belt temps are. I can show you that real quick just so you guys see how it looks. Okay, so you can see here, this is our Dynojet throttle commander, right? And the gauge for the Razorback temp gauge all mounts like an action camera, GoPro style mount. And we make these in-house. This bracket to hold it, the little pod, and it holds your throttle commander as well. We sell one for just this, just the Razorback. We also sell one for just the throttle commander as well. But you can see when I turn the key, right, that'll all come on. Right now the light's off on it. But 104. So I mean, it's sitting there cooling down, but the highest temp we've seen so far, I think is like 108 or 109. Like really low. So nothing to complain about. So I'm super happy with the car so far. Obviously we're just taking it easy and testing everything. But I wanted to throw this video clip in there so you guys can see it. And you guys get an idea as to what all we're dealing with here. If you're wondering what all this is our 3-port catch can. It vents the crankcase through the oil cap, and the crankcase on the breather goes to the catch can. Catch can feeds clean air back to the air intake system. You have a drain hose here, put something under it and drain it. It's got a little drain valve. So everything's coming along great on this car. I couldn't be happier with the way it's set up right now. I mean, it's done everywhere we've put it. It has done it flawlessly without any hang-ups. It doesn't sound like something's gonna break. It doesn't feel like something's gonna break. Bone stock, the clutch system and everything, like you were always just worried, when is it gonna break? Is it gonna break? Because it was snapping belts like crazy. So anyway, I'm Bill with BLRTUNING. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hopefully I showed a little bit here as to, you know, what the Tapp clutches are capable of, and what all you get when you buy them, how to install them, my feedback on them. I'm happy with them so far. We'll have more feedback when we take it out to the dunes. We will be at UTV Takeover in Coos Bay, Oregon, June 17th to June 21st. If you see us rolling around the dunes with the Boogeyman, make sure to flag us down and say hello. Anyone that flags us down to say hello will be receiving some DinoJet merch. Our friends over at DinoJet are sending us out there with a bunch of stuff to give away, so make sure you stop us and say hello. But so far, trail riding, the thing works really good. It grabs hard if you stomp on the gas. Like, it stands up to RPM, to the 8,000, 9,000 RPM, and she boogies. But I'm Bill with BLRTuning. Check us out. It's blrtuning.co. We'll catch you guys on the next one. Thanks for watching. Hope this video helps somebody out. Peace.